like
So you
like
wanted
few
to
days
align
before.
the prices
I
kind
was
of.
trying just to align the price. I say, okay, this one is a little bit higher, like bigger in size, so I put it a little bit more than 1.35. And I was very scared, I'm telling you the truth, because the market on that area was so bad, so many properties on the
And
market.
it's so volatile right now, the market. You
Exactly.
don't know. Yesterday was something,
But
today it's something
my-
different.
Yeah, but my point is, this client trusted me 100%, and he, followed my rules. He said, my advice is basically, and he moved to Airbnb. He did everything in his power. I did everything in my power, and guess what? I sold it for a price that was even matching with the peak point price in January,
Really?
February.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
So he was so amazed with the results. And as a matter of fact, another neighbor,
Because he didn't expect it.
Yeah, he didn't
I
expect
think
it
so.
that.
That was.
so
yes.
another neighbor from the same street, this is the third home on the same street, called me 2 days ago. And I did a listing presentations, and he tried to sell it to another agent, and there was terminated because he didn't get the price that they wanted. And they signed an agreement with me because they saw the benefits and the full service
And the value.
and the value of my
Absolutely.
services, and they said, you know what, we want the best for our home, and we follow our advices. Today, as I said, at 6 o'clock I will meet with them, and my
It's not going to
contractors-
be today because we are recording right now. But
Yeah,
anyway.
but yeah,
yes, you are
but
meeting the
meeting,
client, yes.
and then I try to give them a quote and to start working on that house. It's amazing.
That's amazing. And what I'm hearing actually, Marius, is like people needs to be realistic, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
have to not compare like January, February, March.
They have to forget. They have to erase that one from their mind.
So they have to be in the real world.
Yeah, because they're still
Absolutely.
40% more
It's
than a
still a good market,
pre-COVID
but
situation.
So they have to set up like realistic expectations, and
yes.
this is why it's good to do like a nice conversation with you or
Yeah.
somebody in the field and do like research. Honestly, if you go Google, you find a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
information.
Oh, yeah.
So the information they'll receive, it's only confirming what you are actually telling them, right?
Yeah.
Second, what I'm learning is the clients who actually trust you 100%, they've got the best prices.
Oh yeah.
So it's demonstrated. It is not even like you know for sure, and you have the formula for selling for the best price. So you know already. So if they
Yeah.
trust you, they'll get the best price for that time, not for the price somebody else sold. Because that sometimes that's the real problem, because you're talking to a family, you're talking to friends, and you're learning different information, and then you're like, oh, I want that, but you can't anymore, right? You cannot. That was back in January or February. So I
Yes.
think they have to be realistic. They have
Yes.
to be realistic and have realistic expectations.
Expectations.
Like your last client,
Yeah.
he had realistic expectation, but he got more.
He got more
than he was actually expecting.
because you know what happened if
Yes.
you push your agent like to the limits and you ask him unrealistic prices and realistic scenarios,
Yes.
then that agent is put in a position that he cannot act for you. He will act against you. Because
yes, so you
he'll
have
be
to
forced.
bond. You have to build a relationship.
a good relationship.
Yes, absolutely.
If
yes.
it's not a good team, between the seller and the agent, then the results will be very.
It's
very
like in a marriage.
disappointing. Yes, exactly.
If both in the couple they go in the same direction, they have amazing results.
Yes.
And yes, if they don't, then you see, it's not what actually they are expecting. So
Yeah.
I think it's pretty much the same.
So now, as a result of what's going on, I'm not taking listings based on the price ever, because it was different when it was it was a good market and the prices were going up, and then you can say, no problem, if your neighbor sold for this price, I can guarantee that that price. No, that period is gone.
You can't, because
So
the market's
now,
moving so fast right now.
What I can show people when I go to the listing presentation, I have my own portfolio. I can show them 30 different listings that I sold for the best prices, from 5% more to 37% more than the second best, not than the average. So I said to my clients, I said, these guys, they listen to me, and they got an amazing results. Right now, because of the market, the way the market is, so I cannot guarantee a price. But if you do the same thing, it's a very specific, because I was a chess player, champion. So in my old Romania, in my old city. So if you do the same thing that I did for the other guys, that I did amazing results, we certainly will have the amazing results. So say we have to do that. You have to do that. Like, you have to do declutter. We have to do
Like a
customer renovations.
Yes.
We have to do the staging, and then we have to do the best marketing, and then I can guarantee the best price.
And
if you are skipping one of these steps, you are done.
And to be available, because if they live there,
yeah, of course they have
that's
to move.
another thing.
Yeah, they have to move. So
you can't have so many showings if somebody lives.
If you want the best
house.
price, you cannot live in that house.
You can't.
Why? Because my point of view is, if you want to get the best price, you have to impress the potential buyers who they are coming in with all their senses.
Absolutely,
so visual, olfactive sense, like smelling, everything. They have to be a top 10, like a number 10 out of 10. If you live there, imagine you have to cook. And it's a smell.
Even if
you don't realize.
You don't know. Yeah. Even if you clean up,
yeah,
it's still this. It's different.
It's a smell.
Absolutely.
It's a smell.
It's so different.
And the buyer agent, when they go in a house that the people they live there, even if they eat like 10 hours ago or 7 hours ago,
no,
it's still a smell.
Still there, yes.
They don't realize because they live in that house. But even if you do an amazing staging, and if they smell, the cooking, whatever they did, they are not putting it on.
It's
100%.
It's not the same.
100%.
It's not the same. And I know, because we sold our house, right? So we painted, and oh my God, the smell was amazing.
It was amazing.
You didn't even see the walls.
Yeah.
Before you smell the cleaners, because nobody actually lived there. We painted it. That's it.
So you have to impress the buyers
with everything,
all the
with
senses,
everything. Absolutely,
visual,
absolutely. So
olfactive, and all this touching, everything. So if it's not perfect, we are not selling that house for the best price. You can sell it for average price, but
but then they're not happy.
Yeah,
see, that's the thing. So you're still sorry, Marius, but you're still selling for the best price for the time.
Oh yeah,
being.
For the time being. Even now, like the last one sold that I sold, told you, I sold for the best price, even in the good times. And I sold to another client in Barrie like 2-3 weeks ago. He's a very well-known priest in our community. He's living in Romania in a couple of months. So sadly, as I said,
we can say that because he or actually his wife put on Facebook, so it's public, so we can actually say that.
Yes, exactly. Because everybody knows about it. I disclosed
so it's not
that.
It's not a secret anymore.
It's not a secret anymore. But I sold for the best price ever in that community. Even after the Barrie prices, they dropped 15%. So I got the best price as in January, February, because this gentleman and the wife, they listen to my advice. So they trust me 100%. If you don't trust me, if you don't do exactly what I said, forget about the good price. Forget about the best price. Maybe you sell for a reasonable price, but not the best.
Yeah, but then again, they're not happy, and it's not your fault.
Oh no,
it's
So imagine how much is a rent. Let's say a rent for a month, $3,000. So for $3,000. Okay, some people they take a risk on their property to sell it much less, maybe 30,000, 60,000, 100,000 for 3,000. Doesn't make any sense.
No,
doesn't make any sense.
But I don't think people see the numbers. I think they're just comparing the neighbor, the family member who sold the house. and everything is subjective. And like you
Yeah.
said, it's like a drama, really. It's
But
like
they were in different circumstances. And maybe
Exactly,
they
they
were
don't
1 month
put
ago, 2 months ago,
information
when
together.
Yeah, when the
That's-
market was much better than today.
Absolutely, and I
So
think that's the main.
it's so sad. But if you look on my Facebook in the last 2 years, you know, I put almost all the sold prices that I took, and always I sell for much more than competition. Why? Because I have these 3 rules. You know, do the renovation first. You know, do the decluttering. I do it for you, no problem, as your client. You're my client. Then full staging with no payment upfront. I will absorb all this, you know, all the payments and all the, you know, and then we do the full cleaning and the full, as I say, staging and 3D virtual tool, drone video, and etc. But they have to live in a different place. They cannot live in that house. This is the most important thing.
Yes, it's we can't stress enough. Honestly, we can't.
Yeah.